So guys, this is the part 2 video of our if, elf and else, where you guys learn how to build software, right? So it was very easy, right? Just a few line of code, right? So now I really want to know, like, I really want to show you something more cool stuff, right? It's very cool and easy stuff, how you can use if and how you can use the elf multiple time, right? So there's no limitation of using if and elf and else again and again. Don't think that okay, you can write if, elf and else is finished. No, you can write if, elf and else, right? So don't worry about that. You can use it into your own way, but you need to be always understand there should not be any logical error. Most of the logical error happen with the if, elf and else, right? So this is the most complicated and a tricky position where you have to deal with a logical error, right guys? So let's deal with this, right? So let's say I'll make a score chart, right? I'll say I want to have a score, right? I will say float, there will be a float. I gave you the lecture on the I'm like first few videos, right? I'm like second or third videos about the what is float, side data types. So I will say input, same the input, and I will say basically I'm gonna build a program which basically gonna check your grade with the help of your numerical value. Whatever you score in an exam, it will give you a grade, right? Enter your score, right? There you go. Then it'll say if score is greater than equal to 90. So if you have a score of greater than equal to 90, then grade, right? So grade equal to I will say the grade equal to A, sorry, capital A, right? Then oops, sorry, jeez, why this wrong? Yeah, so elf, right, score is greater than equal to 80, right? Then it will be grade, that will be B. Okay, so elf, oops, sorry again, elf score is greater than equal to 70, right? And grade equal to C, right? So again, elf score greater than equal to 60, right? So grade equal to D. Now we're gonna make a final transaction, right? So else grade equal to, below that it's failed, right? Just say like below that is fail, right? So now we'll say print, right? So that's the most important part. Print your grade is, right? Then you can give a comma over here, or you can put a space over here and say grade, right? And let's make it a bit professional, you know, like I like making this, right? And I'll say, now you can see over here we can input something over here. Then I will input like, okay, enter your score. I will say my score is 100 on 100, right? Oh god, I got your grade is A. See, I got an A grade, right? Okay, if I say like, okay, I have some floating point number, right? Just let's say a floating point number like 81.2542, right? So now your grade is B. So basically it's a floating point number is our input, right? So that's what I want to show you. When we're taking an input score, we're taking a floating point. We're defining a floating point over here. We can define integer also, right? We will only take integer. There will be no float. But this one is floating point number because the after decimal point we can input some number, right? Then is the input function, Python inval function, which basically take the input and store into our score. Now we are comparing those score greater than equal to 90, right? If I say okay, 89.99, it's fall under B because that comes under 80 to 90, right? You know about the differentiation, right? So if I say like 91, there we go, A. And hopefully you remember about that chapter about the continuity on that Newton law, right? Basically how this things work, right? 89.999, right, plus 0.0001. So there's a lot of continuity over there, right? So
I found this on the web.
oh, sorry Siri. So there we go. Now if I want to project something like 50, let not say like 50, let's say 40, right? So if I take a 40 over here, it's say like your grade is fail, right? So basically that's how this algorithm work. It's like if, else, and else, right? Right, guys, I'll see you next time. I'll make one more video on the if else, and then we can move into for loop, right?